Hello guys, and welcome back once again to the Asian channel. And today we are going to talk about the Russian Aerospace Force may have received their first batch of SU-34 delivery for the year 2025. According to reports, at least 2 SU-34M were delivered this month. The new aircraft finished all tests needed on their production facility in Chkalov Aircraft Factory in Novosibirsk, Siberia, where the SU-34 are being manufactured. And then, right after, they immediately flew to their intended base of operation. The aviation factory proudly announced that they have doubled the annual production of SU-34 aircraft. If you compare their 2022 production numbers compared to 2024, according to them, they could now produce 30 SU-34 annually. The SU-34 being produced right now is the SU-34M variant, M which means modernized. The SU-34 being produced since 2020 is already the SU-34M variant. The variant, according to them, which has doubled its performance capability compared to the original SU-34. The SU-34 is equipped with improved and specialized electronic attack variant with intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance variant as well. Last year, we saw the surge of SU-34 deliveries, around 6 batches. One in April, then in June, September, October, November, and then December. The SU-34M multi-role fighter bomber aircraft is 30% cheaper than the air superiority Su-35S, and almost 40% cheaper than the famed Su-57 stealth fighter, making it very ideal for the Russian Aerospace Force to be able to field them in large numbers because it's cheaper yet a very capable aircraft. Russia estimates that by 2030, they should have more than 300 Su-34 in their fleet. In fact, in October 2023, then Russian Ministry of Defense Chief Sergei Shoigu stressed the importance of the aircraft to Russian Air Force. According to him, UAC needs to step up and hurry up the production of aircraft to support the country's war effort, or in his words, special military operation Ukraine. The Su-34 is such a workhorse in Ukraine, it is Russia's most widely used fighter. In fact, an Su-34 fighter does around 4 to 5 sorties every day. Well, after significant losses of the aircraft in 2020, right at the onslaught of the war, now there is very little or no Su-34 being lost lately. It's because probably the Russian is using them differently now, and they have improved their strategy because at the start of the war, the Su-34 was widely used to penetrate heavily contested airspace. They used them on very daring missions, and sometimes the use of dumb bombs or unguided bombs to strike targets, making the aircraft very vulnerable. Now they're using the aircraft's full advantage by using the aircraft's more advanced system that they detect further than older Ukrainian jets. They also employed the use of their very capable and long-range air-to-air missile to strike Ukrainian jets, something the Ukrainian fighter jet lacks. For precise ground strike on enemy targets on the front lines, they now use glide bombs like the Fab 3000 and converted their old unguided bombs or dumb bombs by adding gliders to them and GPS targeting for accuracy, turning them into guided munitions. In this way, now, they could launch them further and make their aircraft safer. The Su-34 also showed its maneuverability and electronic warfare capability in July last year when an Su-34 survived a confirmed missile strike from the American Patriot air defense system. It seems the Su-34 for now doesn't have an analog from American fighter jets or Chinese fighter jets as well. It seems Russia is the only country which uses the kind of aircraft for their aerial combat doctrine. The Su-34 is a heavily modified fighter derived from the already large and heavy Su-27 airframe. Yet the Su-34 is still 50% larger, and it features a side-by-side seating configuration for both pilots for improved communication. Hence, its duck-face appearance. The Su-34 is a fighter jet/bomber. It has longer range and bigger weapon capacity compared to most fighter jet. It acts as mini bomber compared to larger Russian bombers. Yet, it's still agile and maneuverable enough to serve as well as multi-role fighter that can perform air-to-air combat against other fighters. It can still work on air superiority or multi-role mission when needed, but most of the time it's being utilized as a bomber.